What is up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the heroically humble Dr. Disaster. And sometimes it takes a long while to know how you feel about a game. You really have to put a lot of time into it to know where you stand because you just aren't feeling the vibes.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it either.
A perfect example of this for me was with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I bought that game right when it came out and I popped it into my Switch, but it just did not click with me right away. I think I was just really in the mood for a more traditional Zelda game, something that was more story oriented. I played Breath of the Wild for several hours. I wasn't feeling it, so I put it down, and I'm pretty sure I went back and played something like Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker. I didn't hate Breath of the Wild, mind you. It just wasn't what I was in the mood for at the time, but eventually, a year or so later, I got the hankering to play that game, and I popped it in, and ended up completing it and enjoying it quite a bit now that I knew what to expect from it. We didn't vibe immediately, Breath of the Wild and I, but these days my attitude toward that game is basically,
"You complete me. I love you."
On the opposite end of the spectrum, there are games where you know where you stand with it immediately. I remember the first time I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion on the Xbox 360, I freaking loved it instantly. It was my first time playing an Elder Scrolls title, and when I was done with that game, I went looking for something in the same genre, and some guy at one of my local game stores told me he had heard good things about a game called Two Worlds on the Xbox 360. The cover art looked interesting, and I was really in the mood for more of that sort of game, something like Oblivion, so I bought Two Worlds brand new for $50 or $60, whatever the price was at the time, and I don't think I ended up playing that game for more than a half hour before I realized I hated everything about it. I hated the gameplay, I didn't care for the story, I hated the soundtrack, I even hated the sound effects. I immediately took the game back to the game store and traded it in, telling the guy who recommended it to me,
"You are full of shit!"
Well, that leads me to the subject of this video, Wolverine from Insomniac. To be clear, all it took for me to know that that game was not something I was going to vibe with was the news that it was a Sweet Baby Inc. game. That consultancy agency long ago announced that they were teaming up with Insomniac to work on Wolverine, but there have been other signs that this is not a game that I'm interested in at all. The most recent one just came out in the past few days. A post from Insomniac itself has just gone mega viral and has been criticized quite heavily for looking like shit in more ways than one. It featured a cinematic clip which lasts for just a few seconds, but it was enough to tell me everything I needed to know. Sometimes you need a while to tell if you like a game, but sometimes the truth is staring you right in the face and you can see it immediately.
Looks like shit.
It does look like shit.
Alright, me hearties, this post here from Insomniac on X was met with a fair amount of hostility because it really doesn't look very good at all. It is amazing how, in the span of about 3 seconds in this clip, when combined with the words that they posted from Insomniac, they managed to make the game seem pretty damn bad. First of all, what they wrote was, confront Logan's nightmares to uncover his past, and then they show an emoji of an opening door, and then they say, get to know the man behind the claws when Marvel's Wolverine releases on September 15th on PS5. And it has to be pointed out that the doorway that Logan is about to walk through in that image from the clip that they posted, it looks like some weird ethereal nightmare thing where Logan's gonna go through that door and be forced to confront memories from his past. It looks precisely like the much criticized Scarecrow missions from the Batman Arkham Arkham games. For some reason, these days, every game, especially superhero games I've noticed, but everyone seems hyper-focused on making sure we uncover the dark secrets of their character's past, with some boring walking simulator moments where we roll our eyes as we're forced to stop playing as this character that we love in any meaningful way. In the case of Wolverine, we will be forced to stop shredding enemies with our claws, and we will instead be forced to endure like a half hour or something of trauma dumping, which makes playing the game become a freaking chore. The best way I can think to describe the intentions behind this phenomenon, because we see it all the time from modern studios, is that these people take their work entirely too seriously. They want to win awards at the Game Awards ceremonies at the end of the year, so they create bait like this, which is all artsy-fartsy, when in reality a game like Wolverine absolutely calls for the exact opposite. Let me show you the clip really quick, just so you can get an idea as to what it looks like. Another thing to point out as a side note, which the clip is getting roasted for, is the fact that Logan's face looks all uncanny valley, because they went out of their way to make him look like the voice actor for some damn reason. It really just does not look like Logan. I really don't get why anyone would do that, because in a video game, one does not have to make the character look like the voice actor at all. Anyhow, let me show you some of the reactions to this thing. It was very negative over on X. There were naturally a lot of posts about Sony ending physical discs, but even posts about the clip itself were bad. Let's look at what people said. This guy wrote, "Oh good, flashback sequences where you walk real slow and don't slash things up." And then this person wrote, dripping with sarcasm, "I loved these sections in Spider-Man. I totally hate free roaming, web slinging around the city, and actually playing. I hope there is no way to skip these sections either. 10 out of 10. And then this person wrote, "Is this something the 52 years of comic books haven't explored yet? Because we want to kill bad guys brutally, not suffer realistic panic attacks." This guy attacked the design of the character, saying, "Brother, your Wolverine's face looks like a baby with a beard. Fire your art design department, please." This dude wrote, "I am sick to death of walking simulators. I don't want endless narrative exposition dumps created by piss-poor wannabe directors. I want to play the effing game. None of you are Martin Scorsese." And then this guy said, "Aw hell, here we go again with the theater. I'm over these sad boy scenes. Just let me cut up bad guys." But the thing is, they won't do that. They can't help themselves but trauma dump at every chance they get. Wolverine doesn't need to be deep at all. It can just be a massive button-mashing slash fest, but these people feel compelled to create that Game Awards bait. I can just about guarantee that this scene that they are alluding to in this clip, it's the result of the consultation from Sweet Baby Inc. or writers who were influenced by those idiots. But the Dezembro posted this in response to the clip on X, and I thought this was a fairly succinct description of what we see with games like this from PlayStation. He wrote, "I miss when comic book / superhero games were more unhinged and focused on fun. I'm down for rich character stories, but I'm tired of the same type of thing from the same exact studios who straight up don't know how to write them. The term Sony SLOP isn't an accident. It's been the same type of cinematic shit for years now, and it's been getting under-delivered. The Last of Us 2 promised this and pushed it to the max. It was abysmal. Spider-Man, Miles Morales tried as well. We had to pretend like the villain wasn't a villain because she was Miles's BFF. Spider-Man 2 was caked with bullshit. Ghost of Yote promised this too. It's not just boring at this point, it was also embarrassing. Saros tried it. The more I think of it, the more it makes me laugh. God of War wants to do this so bad, the next game we play as Faye in some fantasy undead land with a talking effing cube. Can you guys just stop? You don't have what it takes to make this. You fool yourselves into thinking you do with your fat budgets going into cinematics, trying to imitate movies, but it ain't working. The theater kids in these studios are sapping huge earning opportunities from PlayStation constantly, making the same Game Award bait style stories. Make fun games again, man. And I agree entirely. This is not what I am looking for in a video game about a superhero. This is entirely the product of being a theater kid reject who wants to be a movie director and has no business in this industry. Anyhow, make sure to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already, and if you're already subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel. Lots of people tell me all the time they've been unwillingly unsubscribed, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. But I'm gonna leave it there. What do you make of this Wolverine clip? Drop your thoughts on all this into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.